Hello, welcome back to my Let's Play Plague Inc. Evolved. And this session will be a unleashing of the Giger Wurm, an organism that burrows into the brain. That sounds completely horrific. And also I'm guessing that it will be a lot harder to cure than a fungus, which seems like a much more primitive organism. I will keep the 0 file, so a bonus in arid climates. And I will probably add the creationist, decrease the chance of mutations. I don't want this worm to add symptoms by itself. And I want more control over that, so creationist inserted. And let's get on normal. And this plague will be called the Giger Wurm. Starting location, well, for the fungus, China worked pretty well, so let's start there again. And the Giger Wurm begins in China. Now let's check out the characteristics of this plague. Transmission. You can choose eggs 1. Eggs are ejected from the host brain. That sounds really like a horror movie. The concertina locomotion allows faster movement outside the host and genetic swap, but this will increase the chance of mutation, which is something we do not want right now. So as for transmission, I will probably go with the eggs 1. 2 points needed. Symptoms, neural breach. I'm basically following the same strategy. Keep the symptoms, well, non-existent for now. Abilities, Trojan planes. This encourages hosts to fly to a target country. And the resistances, cold, heat and drug. This one is new. It sounds like the spore burst ability of the fungus. Let's focus on transmission first. And well, from these possibilities, we probably should go with eggs 1. 2 points needed. Undiscovered for thousands of years. And humans have entered its natural habitat. So eggs 1 it is, 2 points. And after that, maybe X2. We want to increase infectiousness right now, and this is efficient in urban environments, and China is urban, so let's go for rodent. Seven points needed, I'm guessing. Yeah, let's go for rodent 1. We want to increase the infectiousness. Rodent 2 is 12. It should help in China, and it does a large increase in infectiousness, so rodent 2 it is. And now it begins spreading in China. And for the transmission to other countries, we probably need to use the Trojan planes option. But for now, let's go with rodent 2. Trojan planes is 3 points and a target country, so I'm guessing that you can actively choose a country as a target. Well, only China infected right now, so lots of targets. Let's go with the Trojan planes. As I said, it sounds a little bit like the spore burst. As for transmission, maybe X2. Birds. Yeah, genetic swap. We don't want that right now. Let's see what does the most. The largest increase in infectiousness. Well, it's a little bit of a tie between insects and birds, but let's go for insects. It helps in hot climates, so we are really working on transmission right now. We need to get this infectiousness bar filled. Well, this is expensive, but the increase is significant, so we may do that. 20 points though. The number of infected is rising rapidly in China, and now we spread to another country and without the Trojan planes, so at least I didn't see anything pop up. Yeah, it's going rapidly now. And there we have our first Trojan planes. Click the country you want people to travel to. Alright, so basically all countries. Let's go for the isolated ones first. Australia, well, relatively isolated. And insects 2 it is. Basically it gave the largest amount of increase in infectiousness. Planes 2. More hosts will travel on planes to target countries. Alright, that's maybe an option. 6 points. China is really exploding now. And a doctor found a new disease. Already it's been noticed. It's mostly harmless, but we don't have any symptoms yet, so still the Giger Wurm apparently got noticed. As long as we keep the symptoms in check, the medical science wouldn't work very hard on a cure, so let's not include symptoms now. Let's focus on transmission with birds. Let's go for the whole tree, as it were, there. And almost everybody in China is infected. Let's go for the birds too. So we have this whole area of transmission covered. Maybe planes 2 next. And work on a cure already started. So without symptoms, it's noticed and the cure is being made. But work is progressing slowly. Maybe we should invest in some resistances later on, or start working on symptoms, because, well, it's noticed, so no reason to keep it a secret anymore. Let's go for neural breach, increased control over the host brain. Maybe this will slow production in people, and this frontal mesh gain the ability to mentally manipulate the host. So probably we can slow the production of the cure by choosing our symptoms wisely, lessening the severity of allergic reactions, so people will not go to the doctor. That sounds also like a valid choice. Confusion, harder to concentrate on complex work. This is probably also a good choice. So instead of stealth, we will focus on finding the cure harder, because it was noticed in such an early stage. Harder to concentrate. Yeah, let's do it. Memory loss, very hard to cure. Now the severity of our plague is increasing. The locomotion or the X2 to increase transmission. Let's go for X2. So we have transmission, well, basically covered, although the infectiousness could be increased further. Let's go with planes 2. Probably need more countries. And it's in the Americas. Lots of countries still not infected. We should focus on the isolated ones. If we get a Trojan plane, China shuts down airports. That's bad news for us, but still, here's a Trojan plane going to Greenland. I will keep sending the planes to the, well, doesn't appear to cause any symptoms, will be easily cured. Well, we'll see about that. Trojan destroyers, Trojan planes 3, even more Trojan planes. I think we need that. We don't need aggressive behavior in target country now. Increasing infectivity by roaming might be an option. Let's check transmission. This isn't an option, so this tree cannot be developed further. Memory loss. This disrupts priorities, and this increases infection. Lessens allergic reactions. Let's see. Yeah, we should probably also do work on the resistances. Let's go for drug resistance 1. And maybe Trojan plains 3. Yep. And the roamers maybe next. Or some more resistances, very expensive. Genetic hardening decreases research. Let's send him to Iceland. And let's go with decrease research speed, because the Giger Wurm was noticed so early. New Guinea is our next target, or maybe New Zealand. Let's go to New Guinea or New Zealand. So you can actively choose where to go next with your play, instead of just simply doing a spore burst and hoping for the best. Genetic hardening 2. Well, we need more infectiousness, but we also need defense, so genetic hardening 2 it is. Genetic reshuffle, more work needed to develop a cure. Yeah. Lethality is still 0. Roamers increases infectiousness in the target countries, maybe an option for the next upgrade. Yeah, should go here next. Let's do that right now. Madagascar. And go with the roamers. Roamers 2. Or the concertina locomotion. Gives a reasonable increase in infectiousness, so 10 points needed. Let's check. Yeah, Canada and the US are our next targets. There we go. Let's go for the locomotion. Faster movement outside the host. It increases infectiousness by a reasonable margin, so that's good. Let's do it. And we can go with water 1. Survival and transmission in water. Also gives a large-ish increase in infectivity, as the game calls it. arid conditions and plains. Well, one of these two. Maybe we need cold resistance, I'm not really sure. We are present in Greenland, Iceland and Siberia, so that's probably under control. So I'm thinking air or water. Let's maximize infectiousness. Well, lots of... I missed that plane. Giger Wurm Awareness Day. So lots of points to work with. Let's go with Air 1. And this is too expensive. Well, nearly there. 1 point needed for reshuffle 2. Memory loss. Lethality is still 0, so priority given to research and development of the cure should be low. And maybe we should go for symptoms that slow the process. Let's do that. Perceptive shift, disrupting risk-reward analysis. Or less likely to notice worm infections. This may be, yeah, increases infectiousness also, so let's do that. So these symptoms basically help you to make research go slower. Brazil and Argentina and Morocco. Targets for the next planes. Let's go to Brazil. Perceptive shift. This will increase lethality. Immaturity. Increase infection. That is probably what we need. So let's go for that. Mania. Large increase in infectiousness. And severity. Maybe this will be next. Yeah, that's a good decision, I'm guessing. Half of the people infected. The Caribbean still clean. And cure is at 7%, so 8. They are working on it now, but let's go to the Caribbean. So the entire world should be infected now, but maybe genetic reshuffle to increase the work needed for a cure. Yeah, let's do it. Russia is really exploding now. And flight to Argentina. Yeah, we should increase the symptoms. Every country is infected. Lethality is still, well, almost 0. And the planes will go to the relatively clean areas. Genetic reshuffle 3. So now it will be really hard to work on the cure. Obsession. Or memory loss, very hard to cure. I think I will go with memory loss next. Aggression, alright. It does increase infectiousness and lethality. 17 points. Let's go with aggression next. Yeah, just fly to the least infected countries. So US and Canada. And let's go for aggression. Severity and infectiousness increased. Obsession and insanity can be fatal. Increases infectiousness by a large margin. This is probably our next choice. Yeah, go to Canada. 25% on the cure. Yeah, let's go with insanity. So our disease is now fatal, possibly, and this will give a very large increase in lethality, but is also expensive. Maybe we should focus on infectivity. Work on the cure is starting to slow down. Let's go to Canada again. 31%. It's, well, it may be slowing down, but still is going pretty fast. 36. And to Canada again. Let's check our, this is 35 points. Well, that's too expensive. Roamers 2, no. Memory loss, hard to cure, or, well, let's see, this is deadly, and we still haven't infected everybody, so we should be careful with the lethality levels. Yeah, Giger Wurm can manipulate human behavior. We could make our disease, well, so it is definitely lethal now. Struggle to perceive motion. Obsession does increase infectivity. Lessens allergic reactions. or memory loss. Well, cure is almost at 50%. But our disease is, well, lethal now, faster than new people are being infected. So that is, from the point of view of your plague, not good. Since there are probably healthy people on the planet remaining, and if all the others are dead, then you will lose the game. Cannot afford this. We can go for the roamers or scramble host decision making. Let's do it. Schizophrenia increases fatality and infectiousness, and there are still healthy people remaining on the planet, so the infection, the Giger Wurm, must be fatal but not too fatal, if that makes any sense at all. 46 million healthy people, so maybe something that increases infectiousness. Obsession does increase it a little bit. Let's check transmission methods quickly. Air 2 does increase it by a large margin. Yeah, let's do it. Infectiousness is nearly at max. And fly to Greenland. We're a little bit out of targets now, but let's check. Still 27 million healthy people. So let's see. Air 3, 30 points, but we will max out infectiousness, so maybe that's worth it. Or genetic swap. We will get mutations, but in this stage it may actually help the Giger Wurm. So yeah, let's do it. Cure at 63 and still healthy people remaining. Let's see, let's go with increased chance of mutation or increasing infectivity when corpses are present. That sounds like a horror movie, but infectiousness will be at maximum, so yeah. Well, probably some of the last planes. %65% on the cure, 85,000 healthy people, but it's going down slowly, so I think the Giger Wurm has control over the world right now. We have still some points to spend. Cannot afford this. And we don't need resistances anymore. could add another symptom, schizophrenia or obsession. Mutative regeneration. Walter 1. Well, let's go with Walter 1 to get the... And we have infected everybody on the planet, so now it is basically game over for the world. And the cure development will probably stay at 65%. Yeah, we got to keep clicking those bubbles. Now, all in all, the Murex worm was not as difficult as the fungus. The fungus was, well, the moment it got noticed, the development of a cure was really fast. Maybe because the fungus is a, well, relatively simple organism, I'm guessing. And, well, a worm in your brain sounds like something in a different category altogether. Still, the abilities give you options to slow down the development of the cure by making it harder to work on complex issues and scrambling the decision processes. So that is probably the winning method, at least on normal difficulty levels. Using the abilities of the worm to slow down the development of the cure, because it will get noticed early on, as we saw in this game, without any symptoms. So you can't go for the full stealth approach. Well, let's finally add this to make the process a little bit faster. We're now in the end stages of the world. But yeah, difficulty level compared to the fungus is definitely lower for the Murex worm. At least when you're playing at normal. Maybe I will change the difficulty level for the next plague, and the Giger Wurm is to eradicate humans. 300,000 left. So the experimental cure for the Giger Wurm is lethal. Well, that seems a bit counterproductive. This setback will damage cure efforts. Yeah, I'm sure it will. And cure is at 62 from 65, alright. Well, not that it matters in this stage, but... And keep clicking those bubbles. So that's it for the Murex worm. a victory. The Giger Wurm has eliminated all life on Earth. Time to do it, well, a little under 2 years. A score of, well, 11,000. I have no idea if that is good or bad, but that doesn't really matter. Let's see what we unlocked. The ionized helix gene type and the parasite plague. The parasitic lifestyle prevents DNA alteration from everyday infection. So that's something for our next session. For now, I'll leave it at this, and I'll see you in the next one.